here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. Bashan's, it's Wellness Wednesday, and you know what would really make me well? Winning the lottery today.
Jesus.
It is a lot of money.
Are you going to share?
Yes, that's the good life. It's not fun sitting on top of a hill all by yourself looking down at everybody. We had this conversation Tuesday at the inauguration. Sunday night. We had like family dinner. My sister got inaugurated, so congratulations to Senator Karen Carter Peterson and all of the elected officials in the state of Louisiana. And yes, it's a new day. It's a new, I am the new South, hashtag. It's a new day. We have a new governor, so I'm really excited. But we had a family dinner after to congratulate her. And I was like, if I won the lottery, all y'all making a come up. I said, everybody gets $100 million off top. Everybody in the family, kids and everything. And I still have money left over.
I'm saying, I saw the post about if everybody in New Orleans, not New Orleans, the country, right? If you get
it was
is that
bad
true?
math, though.
Yeah,
no,
that wasn't.
It was like $4.33 for everybody.
I think that's like, that can't be right, huh? I mean, that's $1 billion.
They need a calculator.
Yeah, that's not right.
That's not the good life. See, y'all have to be spreading good information. FYI, when you're on Facebook, read those posts before you start sharing because it's a reflection upon you.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
if they have bad math, it just delivers that message.
You don't know your math.
You have bad, exactly.
You go back to school.
So just do your math before you start sharing all those things. So if you won the lottery, what would you do with it? It is
honestly, I've been thinking.
It's $1.5 billion jackpot. It is the largest in U.S. lottery history. It has generated an insane amount of buzz, and there's still time to pick up a ticket before tonight's drawing.
I was thinking, is it good to tithe? I mean, you're supposed to tithe, right?
Yeah.
But lottery, but of course I'll do that. I'll put my 10% in the church, but then,
you still have money to give out, right?
Really? I mean, you good
Can
for
you really
life.
spend that much money in? Because once you put it in the bank or put it in some type of, it's starting to make money on top of money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a type person, whether you believe it or not, money is good. It's good to,
it's a tool.
I'll go back to work on Monday.
I am not.
I'm
not saying that. I would still come on the radio and deliver the good life.
Well, of course, but and obviously, it'll be more relaxing. I want I'm stressed over stuff now, but I was thinking like, how would that work? Like, would I just offer free classes to everybody because I don't have to pay rent anymore? Or have my own, all that good stuff.
Free self-defense classes for everyone.
Everybody, I mean, seriously. And of course, I'll take care of my family, my immediate family. Everybody around me. Things like that. But it's like, would I need a bodyguard? Because people are going to be coming after you with the money. I know, seriously. That would be the first thing.
You start living in a gated community.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because people out to get you now.
Yeah, they come to get you, especially in New Orleans, man. They
but have you heard about those stories where people have had fights in the families and people have tried to kill one another over it?
Oh, yeah. They're waiting for you. It's like, oh, well, he's going to work today.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're going to go back and look at all your Instagram posts and Facebook posts and see where you be at on a regular basis.
Exactly. That's why you don't post where you are. I do not post where I am. FYI, if y'all see a post of Eileen was here, it was after the fact. It was never while I was there. Exactly. I never post while I'm somewhere, ever.
Yeah.
So that's just good information.
There you
go.
Yeah.
But call us. Let us know what you would do with the lottery winnings. 504-260-9265. That's 504-260-9265. That is the good life. What would you do if you won the lottery? $1.5 billion. Well, I told you I would, give something to everyone in my family because, that's the good life, number one.
Definitely.
But I would really want to start a pilot program in the greater New Orleans area for early childhood education.
Wow.
Like a pre-K program. And show them how it would work.
Yeah.
And I just pay for it for 5 years or something.
Yeah.
And then say, look what we've done for the children in the New Orleans area now. Get your mind right so we can do it for everyone.
Yeah, and
that would be my mission to children.
That's kind of similar to what just the people that I would give them. I kind of have some type of what's the word I'm looking for? They would have to have a goal for, you can't just have it and just sit on it.
Right.
You have to invest it into something.
Right.
That's my, so that way it's not going to just be short-lived type of thing. You want, so you're going to have the money, then your kids and so forth and so forth and so forth. So, and then of course, like I said, I would definitely offer some type of program, open up to kids, adults, everything. Something like a mentoring type martial art, just involving obviously martial arts and training and everything. And just, yeah. So definitely. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I need,
Well, they say the jackpot is still growing. This is from money.cnn.com. Money has been pouring into the jackpot since November 7th, 2015, the last time someone claimed the grand prize. There have been 19 drawings with no winners. Ticket sales have soared. The balance is growing at a breaking-neck pace. They said 2 weeks ago it was a mere $400 million, but has since tripled to hit $1.5 billion with a B. It's like a history.
Tonight's literally by the time tonight comes, it'll probably $2 billion.
Exactly. And I don't ever play the lottery, but I'm going to play it tonight. But here's I know it is what it is.
It is, yeah.
But here's the thing, like when it's $1 million, why don't people play that? That's
yeah.
a lot of money,
y'all.
2 million, 3 million, and then you have less people looking for you.
Exactly.
Like,
$1 million.
I'll take that come up, right? I think anybody would take that come up. Well, the next drawing is tonight, so you can watch it live. Make sure you have your tickets. And so here are, a little bit of advice. It's what will you really win? Well, the Powerball advertises the jackpot at 1.5 billion, but the prize is only worth that much when it's paid out over 30 years. Jesus. And people rarely choose that option. If a winner takes a one-time lump sum, which is generally the case, the jackpot is only, in quotation marks, 930 million.
Oh,
only. Right.
Oh.
So that's known as the cash value.
Well, I'm not trying it then. If I can't,
right. If I can't get the 1.5 billion.
It's not gonna work. No.
Okay, yeah. Look, you don't buy yours. I'll take your chances
you take
too.
It from me.
I'll take you. Well, here's the deal. You're more likely to be struck by lightning while drowning than to actually win the lottery. Each ticket has a 1 in 292 million chance of having the right 6-digit combination, while the odds of meeting such an untimely demise are 1 in 183 million. You have, right. Being struck by lightning while drowning. Your chances are more probable.
I'm gonna stay away from the pool and wow. That's great, man.
And speaking of odds, there's a good chance that the IRS will have their eyes on you as well. So the lottery prizes are taxed like income, which means that the jackpot winner will have to shell out 39.6 of their winnings to Uncle Sam. So, but with that much money, do you really care?
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean,
Here, take my taxes. When have there ever been a time in history where you had no issue?
So will they continue taking taxes out of that?
No, it's just that one time.
Okay, good.
But it depends on how you spread your money after that. Yeah. So I am not a financial advisor. We will ask Kenneth Barnes that.
There you go. That'll be a good topic.
Exactly. So we'll have him do that. And here's the deal: do not toss out your ticket, even if you do not have all of the numbers. Even lottery tickets with a partial match can pay a payout prize as much as $1 million. That's about 1 in every 25 tickets will win either $1 million, $50,000, $100, $7, or $4.
See, I don't know anything about that. I'm like you. I never played a lottery, so I don't know what's a partial match. Like, how many numbers do you have to have, like, even win that? I don't know. Because I probably have a winning ticket somewhere at the house right now.
Exactly. But I know you can go online and check your numbers, or you can just, keep it in the car. Well, don't keep it in the car.
No.
Keep it. Look, you have to do your thing. Keep it wherever I guess you want to keep it.
Yeah.
But, I think you can go to the store and have them check it. And then, like, if you win something big, they have to, like, lock the doors and, like, the lottery people have to call or something like that. I don't know. But, I'd love to find out.
Well, I know the stores get like a percentage too. If whoever the winning store, they get like X amount of dollars too.
So where should you actually buy it? Should you isn't it?
You gotta go to one of those back road stores.
Right. Isn't it usually like in $10?
Yeah.
To wherever.
Yeah, you go to one of those back road stores and
where people don't buy it.
Exactly.
It's usually that one hole.
That one. Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
then here it's like when you buy a $2 Powerball ticket, you have the option to pay an extra $1 to get a Power Play add-on. So that's if you go for it, your ticket qualifies for one of the non-jackpot prizes. So you'll get to multiply it. Look, I'm learning here.
Yeah.
I'm learning
You're
here.
learning me a little
So
something.
matching the 5 white ball numbers qualifies for a $1 million prize, which doubles to $2 million if it's a Power Play ticket. So, if you're feeling yourself, play that extra $1.
Yeah,
if you're going to do it, you might as well, right?
Yeah.
So they said every non-jackpot winning can be multiplied by the Power Play number that's picked during the drawing, which is either 2, 3, 4, or 5. So let's see. We have somebody on line 2. What would you do if you won the lottery? You are on The Good Life with Bashan Jordan, Eileen Carter, Wellness Wednesday. We're getting our mind right. What would you do?
Okay, this is Apostle Jose. What I would probably do if I decide to play the lottery. Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody. I think I will do it because I've listened to your conversation. I'd like to thank everybody for contributing to my fun when I win, okay?
You are very welcome.
Seriously, yeah.
You are very welcome.
But look, I'm not stingy and I'm such a swell guy. What I would probably do, try to give basically all of it away. Like you said, anybody that can show me that they're my family member, even if I never met them, it doesn't matter. Anybody that's ever been nice to me. And I believe in paying women a fair wage and even above that. So I think, young lady, I would pay you to work for me.
Hello.
I would do that then, sir. I won't leave you out. You just sit at the table as an advisor.
Thank you.
From your experience. And basically, that's all I would do. If I would, and I want to let all you guys know, if I would win, it's on record, I'd basically try to give it away.
Oh, that's wonderful. See, that's what The Good Life is all about.
And what's your name again, sir, so I can...
Right.
Apostle Jose. Just because you're thinking about that money, you can't remember my name.
Exactly.
No, I don't want to mess it up, Look, I got you.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
And,
thank you so much for your call.
Blessings to everybody. And if you win, you win,
Yes,
Absolutely.
Sir.
Thank you so much for your call. We're going to go to line 3. What would you do, Alvin, if you won the lottery? You were here on Wellness Wednesday on The Good Life.
First of all, I'd like to say I'm always listening to y'all show. You're always giving good information.
Thank you.
So, one of the things I would do wouldn't be necessarily first, but it would be probably hire somebody like y'all, a good team, good financial advisor, good lawyer, good tax accountant, good, just numbers people, period. And the other thing I wanted to let y'all know, because the odds they talk about you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning while swimming.
Right.
Well, I tell you what, I must have been close to getting struck by lightning while I was drowning because I actually won before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had 4 numbers in the Powerball, and I won $5,000, and I actually started a business with the money.
Look at you.
See?
All right, Alvin. And I actually heard that people who have won have are just more...
better chance of winning
again. Yeah. Okay, Alvin, we're sticking with you.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, like, see, y'all laughing and joking, but that's serious. Though.
Yes, I know. Alvin, you want to split a ticket?
I get a ticket every now and I get 1 or 2 in the city, but I go outside into the rural parishes and get the money. Because, see, my conspiracy mind thinks this way. You'll never let somebody in the city, especially people like us, win that kind of money because we're going to do what we're supposed to do with the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're going to start nonprofits and make sure, our kids are educated and make sure we get some type of economic development in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, conspiracy mind thinking. You go to the rural parishes where there's not a lot of people, so if one person wins in that parish, not necessarily the parish, but, if I was back and forth throughout the country, different states, the conspiracy theories is if you have a small town, if one person wins in that town, he's going to pretty much take care of that whole town.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's my philosophy. That's my thing. But, yeah, I would have some good people around me. Of course, you're going to take care of your family and friends,
Yeah.
And you're not, and I already told some of my friends, we've all talked about it, too. Some of us don't be expecting no $3 or $4 million.
Nah. Thank you so much for your call, Alvin. Absolutely is a good life. We're going to split a ticket, Alvin. Have a great day. Thank you so much for calling. This is The Good Life. This is Wellness Wednesday. What would you do if you won the lottery? Y'all, let's all think about it. But let's also think about taking care of our families. But let's talk about taking care of our communities because that is the good life. We will be right back. Do you live a sedentary lifestyle? We're going to talk about that when we get back. This is Wellness Wednesday, y'all. This is The Good Life.
Join us every Monday through Thursday for the Conscious Hour with Chuck Perkins, dedicated to the upliftment of black people and the destruction of false narratives that help to keep black people down. That's the Conscious Hour with Chuck Perkins on WBOK every Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to noon. Real talk for real times.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
This is Graylin Banks, host of The Grapevine on WBOK. Join me and the entire WBOK family at the National World War II Museum, located at 945 Magazine Street, on Thursday, January 14th, for a community open house and viewing of the special exhibit, Fighting for the Right to Fight, the African American Experience in World War II. The evening will include a light reception, viewing of this historic exhibit, and remarks on the process of curating this special exhibit that celebrates the role of African Americans in the war that changed history. This event is free and open to all ages. Space is limited, so please contact 504-304-8198 to RSVP.
Gentili Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentili Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentili Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Mirabeau for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Mirabeau in Gentili.
Hello, this is Dr. Gary Clark with Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom. Please join me every Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon on WBOK, 12:30 a.m. on your dial. We seek to highlight your thoughts and opinions. My show is dedicated to rational and constructive views. Always informative, no issue too small, no question too difficult. Real talk for real times.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
And welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we are here to open your mind to living differently in the world. I am here with LaShawn Jordan, of Tiger Rock NOLA, and we're going to have Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL on the line in a second, and we are discussing sedentary lifestyles, y'all. If sitting is the new smoking and stress is a significant contributor to disease, then the typical desk worker today faces significant occupational hazards, y'all. It's an issue. A sedentary lifestyle basically equates to some of these things: little to no workouts, unbalanced diets. You're more at risk to die earlier in life. You're more likely to be found at home. Duh. And you're more likely to be depressed, which I don't think people really equate with it. You're more likely to be depressed. So all of these things, put together aren't really living the good life. So we really wanted to pay a little bit of attention, or a lot of attention, to this sedentary lifestyle, because so many of us are really living it. And I know, I fall in the gap sometimes, and I'm like, wait, I gotta bounce my way out of it. So Bashan's, because you do not lead this type of lifestyle,
No.
What is it like for you?
I'm the type of person that my wife gets mad at me sometimes because I'm type of, I can't sit still. So I got to keep moving. It has to be, I have to do something. Whether it's just going to the store or I don't know, just anything. Like I'm the type of person, I like to do the grocery shopping in my house just on a Sunday, because Sunday usually kind of my rest day, I like to call it, where I don't really work out, but I like to stay active and get involved and do something, whether, like I said, going to the store, going to the park, or whatever, anything. But I can't sit still. I can't. No, it doesn't work for me.
Well, speaking of not sitting still, I have Harold on line too, and he's going to tell us if he won the lottery when he wasn't sitting still in a sedentary lifestyle. I'm sure you wouldn't have one after you won the lottery. Harold, what would you do?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I wouldn't be sitting still. As a matter of fact, I'll be making some major moves.
There you go.
Yes.
I first call for a recall of every politician in the city of New Orleans.
You could pay for it too, huh?
Yeah.
And I would pay each person to come and vote. And get every single one of them out.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, man, I would create a city within the New Orleans East area, just to have everything that a person can need, whether it's hospital, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a bank, whether it's a lawyer, whether it's a car dealership, whether it's and have a real true sustainable community, have grocery stores, whatever you need, not needing to move out of that community except to go and experience life somewhere else, just to experience the culture of other communities outside of that particular community. So I would do something like that. So, holler at me, anybody who win that $1 billion or whatnot. I got a lot of ideas on my brain, and I'm looking for it. But just to speak on wellness on the topic of the day, I really appreciate you guys, because I find myself to be, not fit, but, I'm not gaining weight at, rapid speed or anything like that. But continually, every single week, I'm thinking about my health and wellness or whatnot. So most of the time on this day, this is when I'm bringing, like my vegetables. I always bring a fruit everywhere I go. I always drinking water everywhere I go. But now, it's making me more conscious to, drink specific drinks that's tailored towards nutrition, and also bring vegetables with me throughout the day. So I'm eating celery and carrots and all type of
all right, Harold.
Just organic stuff or whatnot. So I think you guys are always on it. I would take WBOK to the FM side and get them off of AM, off of the dark side of the radio scene.
You can get us
really
online at
www.WBOK. Put us in the forefront. So,
there you go. Thank you so much, Harold.
Awesome.
That's what I'm talking about. We can create a movement and do that, right? We can create a movement.
That's always good news to hear someone eating healthy. I was driving in. My schedule has gotten increasingly busy over the last few days. Go figure.
I wonder why.
Yeah, go figure, right?
King Athena. You're only king of an entire parade.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, thank you.
Of an entire parade.
We're talking about what everyone would do with their wellness, their riches, their windfall of cash.
Because you definitely would not be living a sedentary lifestyle.
Well, that's interesting because the studies have shown, there was a study done in Sweden, and they found that winning the lottery doesn't make your health or your kids' lives much better off. They studied over a few years, and they said that 3 possible exceptions to the overall finding of 0 effects of wealth appear to be the improvement of the adult's mental health, which means your mental health doesn't get any better because you're suddenly rich. You increase the short-term hospitalization of your children, and perhaps you do not reduce your obesity risk. Everyone's talking about what they would do. I had never one person say they would hire the personal trainer, the chef, the doctor, the advice, the health and wellness doctor.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. But that's not the priority. And you don't have to win the lottery to win the lottery of good health.
Right. Yeah. Well, let me say this. I asked God to bestow the lottery upon me so I can prove all of that wrong. I have Bobby Clark on the line from Atlanta. Bobby, don't you think it's a great idea? I should be bestowed the lottery so I can prove all of that wrong. I would have Doc Griggs as, we would have early childhood education. We would create a wellness.
Just build a big old mansion and move everybody in.
Right. We'd have a big pilot program for the city.
That's a sitcom,
we would have.
Right? That's a LeBron. That's something.
You're the wellness ambassador for New Orleans. Now, what if you were correctly funded so you could really reach out to everyone?
We're working on that. Yeah, I'm loving that. I'm trying to get it there.
Let me win the lottery and I'm going to do it for you.
There you go.
Let me win the lottery and I'm going to do it for you. Let's go to the lines. We have Lewis on line 3. Lewis, what would you do with the money if you won the lottery?
Well, good morning to you all.
Good morning. How are you?
If I won the lottery, first of all, I would look after my elders. These people have responsibility either to eat or take medicine. So my thing, I would go around in neighborhoods, build homes, and put these elderlies in there for free.
Love my seniors.
Yes.
The seniors, all seniors, free. And that way they can buy medicine and they can buy food at the same time. I will pay their rent, their light, and their water bill. They have no worry for nothing but paying their insurance and eating and taking their medicine in their last days. Then I will go to under that Claiborne Bridge, under that Express Bridge, wherever there's a homeless family, and I will build homes to put these families in, and their obligation is to maintain that property. I will pay the bills if they maintain that property until they get on their feet.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I would do with my money. I listen to a lot of people. Money's going to be here when we go. Yeah. So therefore, who cares? I never had it, so when I get it, why can't I help people?
Right.
Instead of giving it to myself and investing and getting more, I don't need more because once I'm gone, I can't spend it anyway. So therefore, I would take it and utilize it for the needy of the people. My people, I don't care what color you are. If you're in need of it, you will get it. And that's what I would do with my money.
That is amazing. Thank you, Lewis, so much. We also have Coleman on line, too. Coleman, welcome to The Good Life. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for taking my call. I wish everybody and the listening audience Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Wishing you wishing you health, happiness, and wealth.
Yes.
You've been getting a lot of good answers. The first thing, hello?
Yes, absolutely.
The first thing I would do, that 15% for the church, you use it 10, but 15 to spread around to the churches, social organizations, and other groups that does service to people of need. But just on the back end, the fun part would be buying my own city.
There you go.
All right.
But I also really would take care of BOK, expand your listening audience.
Oh, wow.
That way to get the message out to our people and have more just a programming that's not recorded so that it'll be a little bit better appreciated for the service that you do. That's a lot of money that shouldn't be to just one person. That money should be spread around. I take care of family and friends one time around. So don't be coming back acting for money. When you mess it up, that's on you.
Right,
mess it up, that's on you.
There you go, Coleman. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for calling. Bobby, what would you do if you won the lottery? Wait, I should say when we win the lottery. What are you going to do with your portion?
I know. Literally, the doc brought up, good morning, everyone, but the doc brought up a very, very valid point. With my schedule the way that it has been, my health and wellness is like monumental now. I really get it. I get it. I can't do anything of what I do if my health and my mental state, my physical health and everything is not good. Mine, I would really focus on bettering the way that I function and flow. Health is really huge to me now. And so I would actually do a challenge with myself and my family, like, build a new home for sure, but I would have a gym in there. I would have someone to come in and cook for me. That is really like plateau. And actually, I read some articles.
Get Tiger Rock to work you out.
The billionaires, that's what they do.
Yes.
I mean, that's how they keep it going. So when you got that right, then you can take care of everything and everybody else. So
absolutely.
Instead of having those opposite statistics of what the doc did give, I would have more positive, maybe with better results where my kids would do better, that stress levels and generationally that we would benefit, from winning the lottery.
Absolutely. I told you, and it's funny that you said that, because if I won the lottery, I would definitely, you got to claim it, y'all.
Yeah, claim it.
When I win the lottery, I'm going to become a pescatarian. I talk about it all the time, but being a pescatarian is expensive. Y'all can play around if y'all want to, because the kind of pescatarian lifestyle I want to live is expensive. I would have those big fat jumbo shrimp every day, and lobster, and
watch your sodium,
and sea bass.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I have my sea bass and I have my salmon.
Yeah.
Just rotate it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're saying, why doesn't it sound good?
Mediterranean diet is the way. Mostly vegetables.
Yes.
Mostly plants
and
vegetables.
Lagoons. I had sea bass the other night. Tasting now like butter.
But you were talking about something earlier too. You're talking about the sedentary lifestyle.
Yes.
A lot of people, once they acquire wealth, they end up a lot more sedentary than they were to begin with.
Right.
They sit down and do a lot of drinking, a lot of watching TV, a lot of driving, a lot of sitting in a plane, jet setting, and not enough. Well, the things that we need to do are free.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because lifestyle health.net gives a few examples of these things. They said prolonged sitting has been tied to increased mortality and multiple chronic diseases, including cancer, depression, diabetes, obesity, and back pain. Whether you reach the physical activity guidelines for adult Americans of 150 minutes per week of moderate aerobic activity and 2 or more days a week of strength training or not, excessive sitting is a separate risk factor for disease.
Let's go back to one of those things that's not so obvious, and this goes back to last year. Remember the posture conversation?
Yes.
With your neck, and you changed your
neck
posture.
and your back.
Yeah, my neck and my back.
I know, but seriously, changing my posture and being cognizant of how I sit really made a difference.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And the other thing is that, so there's a reason that this sedentary lifestyle contributes to those diseases. There's a school of thought out there that thought that we inherited our genes for keeping our blood pressure and our blood sugars up from back in the days when we worked. We worked everything off. We lived more agrarian lifestyle. So you'd eat a big breakfast, you'd go work, you'd come back for lunch, eat a big lunch, go back and work, and then come back and eat a dinner, like a smaller dinner before you go to bed. Well, we inherited that diet, but we quit doing the work. With the onset of technology, we don't burn it off. We don't burn anything off. So what happens is, if you have the mechanism, we inherited the mechanism to keep our blood sugars up because there was no water fountains and no snack machines out there in the field. And we also inherited mechanisms to keep our blood pressure up, because if you can't keep your blood sugar up, blood pressure up, you fall off. Well, the people that are left, we multiply, we pass it down, and we sit down all day eating that big breakfast. We eat lunch because it's lunch time, not because we're hungry. And, we got to have a big old dinner, and then that doesn't count the ice cream, Bluebell, or the chips
in front
of the TV that night.
Wow.
And it's crazy. I want to hit this quick before we run into our break. There was an article in the Huffington Post about a young lady who gave up coffee and alcohol for 15 months and how her life changed. She said, number one, she saved about $1,000 every month by giving up alcohol. Look at you nodding. By giving up alcohol and coffee for a year. She said she actually gossiped less. There was less negativity in her life because she was not drinking.
It changed her lifestyle.
It literally changed her lifestyle because she wasn't sitting at the bar gossiping with people, so she had less negativity in her life. And also, her sleep quality increased. And she had less panic attacks and less stress because of less caffeine with the coffee.
The caffeine keeps you up. It can raise your anxiety, especially if you drink more than 2 cups a day. The alcohol does not allow you to get to your REM sleep, so you're waking up, so you're restless. So, And the thing is, everything that she was doing, she was probably sitting down to do.
Exactly.
Sitting at the bar, sitting to drink coffee.
Exactly. Sitting down, gossiping. Y'all open your minds to live it differently in the world. We're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA is going to give us some exercises. If you are living a sedentary lifestyle, if you are sitting at your desk, what you can do to get
up, get fit, get moving. As a matter of fact, get up during this break. Get up and move. Move your legs.
Get up and move around. Get up. And Bobby Clark Alexander is going to help us get tips to get our mind right. We'll be right back.
Showtime in the afternoon with John Slade is moving to 3 to 4 p.m. weekdays, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Continuing the message with your issues, your news, and your views. Still here on your station, WBOK 1230 AM. Remember, Showtime in the afternoon with John Slade is moving to 3 to 4 p.m. weekdays, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Continuing the message on WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday is going up on a Friday. Sets off at Bullets, 2441 AP Toro, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday, going up on a Friday, is presented by the Good Life Radio Show, featuring stand-up NOLA, combining Relationship Tuesday with the crew, Eileen, Uche, Brian, Henry, and Ty, and Fridays, the Good Laugh Comedy Hour with comedians Tony Frederick, Matt Owens, and CJ Hunt. The Good Laugh is comic relations. Buy your tickets online now. thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Come hear what really goes on during commercial breaks. Come get your relationship questions answered live. Stand-up NOLA will say everything we can't say on air. The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday, going up on a Friday at Bullets, 2441 AP Toro, January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are going fast, so purchase online now at thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com.
This is Graylin Banks, host of The Grapevine on WBOK. Join me and the entire WBOK family at the National World War II Museum, located at 945 Magazine Street on Thursday, January 14th, for a community open house and viewing of the special exhibit, Fighting for the Right to Fight, the African American Experience in World War II. The evening will include a light reception, viewing of this historic exhibit, and remarks on the process of curating this special exhibit that celebrates the role of African Americans in the war that changed history. This event is free and open to all ages. Space is limited, so please contact 504-304-8198 to RSVP.
Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today.
Quitting smoking is lonely work. If you're ready to quit cigarettes, not just for a day, but forever, tune in to Real Health for Real People every Wednesday at 2 p.m. and let the Smoking Cessation Trust help you take that first step on your journey to gaining a healthier, smoke-free life. Right here on WBOK, 1230 a.m., where it's real talk for real time.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we are here to open your mind. We are here on Wellness Wednesday with me, Eileen. We have Doc Griggs to my right. We have Bashan Jordan to my left. And we have Bobby Clark Alexander on the line from the ATL. And we are discussing, what would you do with the lottery if you won? And what's the problem with the sedentary lifestyle that we live? And, taking care of the less fortunate. And we can really do that by, number one, they have super low-income home energy assistance programs, and today is one of those days. Thursday, January 14th at Algiers Berman Center at 2529 General Meyer Avenue. TCA will be providing all LAHEAP services on a first-come, first-served basis starting at 9 a.m. That is today at that is today at the Tremay Center, the Recreation Community Center, today at the Tremay Center. Tomorrow will be the Algiers Berman Center. Today is the Tremay Recreational Center, and tomorrow is the Berman Center. So make sure you get out if you need any help with your utility bills right now. And it's cold out there, y'all. So, we were talking about our seniors earlier. So if you know someone who's a senior who may not know of this information, please reach out to them because that is the Good Life. And also, the Good Life is Blank Lives Matter. That is January 21st through the 23rd. Commissioned by the New Orleans Jazz Orchestra and created by Irvin Mayfield, The Suite is a musical conversation focused on America's continuing acts of social injustice and issues with race relations. It's a 3-ticketed performance. It will be, guess who's going to be hosting it every night?
Who's that?
Soledad O'Brien.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
so you have
cool.
to make sure that you are there. That is January 21st to the 23rd at Irvin Mayfield's New Orleans Jazz Orchestra. You can get tickets at nojo.com. That's nojo.com. Nojo.com. You can purchase your tickets there, and your discount code is WBOK20. WBOK20. WBOK20, because that is the Good Life. Open your mind, y'all. We got to live differently in the world. Mm-hmm. Speaking of living differently, stop sitting down. So we hope during the break everybody got up, they moved around, they got their blood flowing, because Bashan Jordan of Tiger Rock is about to give us some exercises. Yeah. So if you do live a sedentary lifestyle, things you can do to kind of, get fit and get moving.
Get moving. Yeah. So what we're going to do, kind of keeping with the theme not necessarily a theme, I guess, but living a sedentary lifestyle. Most of the people, that work in offices or in a cubicle all day, and, you kind of live in that lifestyle in a way, right? You're not really necessarily getting up and working out on a regular basis. You're stuck behind that desk and that computer and just staring at it and eating your Cheetos and drinking your coffee and, then afterwards you go
you laughing because somebody
and afterwards
doing it
go to the bar and drink that martini or whatever it may be, because you had a rough day, so you're not getting the exercise up to go to the bathroom, but
well, you lucky you can fight, boy. Somebody will sneak you, dog. You all in their business. All in their Kool-Aid, all in their Cheetos and their coffee and their martinis.
Living a good life.
Not like me, because I'm here with my yogurt and my water.
So what we're going to do is just something simple.
Clear.
Something simple you could do, even sitting behind your desk, if you have the chairs, obviously you do have a chair, you're sitting in it, but, you have
maybe they shouldn't have a chair, they should have the ball, right?
There you go, have something to sit on differently, but what we're going to do is called basically, chair lifts. So you're basically using your arms, your hands, kind of just lift yourself off the chair and then come back up. You can challenge it any kind of way you want.
I'm doing it right now.
Figure out this Instagram.
I'm doing it right now.
Let me get
up
this
and down.
Whether you're doing it with your arms and just lifting your whole body
I feel
up.
it in my triceps.
Yeah, working those arms and you're working your core at the same time. So you're going to keep your stomach tight until I say
stop. I feel it in my stomach and my chest.
Just do it the whole day while you work.
The whole day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You can lift yourself completely off the chair if you're strong enough.
Okay, I'm starting to feel it.
Get those legs up.
What else? Oh, okay. What
just hold it up there. Just hold it up there for about 20 hours.
So just sing like happy birthday and that like when you.
How many hours you working a day? Let's see, about. Just stay there all day.
I'm glad you did that.
I'm posting
this on Instagram.
My chest muscles and stuff.
I'm posting this right now.
Yeah.
Right now. What you call that? Chairlift?
Chairlift. There you go.
Because that is the good life. Y'all open your mind to living differently in the world. And if they wanted some personal one-on-one, look, he's still going. If they wanted
that's actually a fun one. Actually.
If they wanted a personal one-on-one trainer, how would they contact you?
You could call me at 504-831-1110. 504-831-1110. And for those Instagram users, Chris, you can
I'm
follow
doing that now.
Tiger Rock Nola.
Tiger Rock
Nola on Instagram, and come check us out.
Eileen, what's your Instagram?
At TGLradioshow.com. At TGLradioshow.com. Tag me.
I did.
That's the good life.
And what's yours? Karate Man?
Tiger Rock
There you
Nola.
go. Yeah.
Tiger Rock
And Bobby, what
Nola.
are you?
I'm B. Clark Alexander.
At B. Clark Alexander. And Bobby, speaking of sedentary lifestyles, you know what goes with that? Stress. So some health implications are chronic stress are known to affect the immune system, your cardiovascular functions, your metabolisms, headaches, high blood pressure, heart problems, diabetes, skin conditions, asthma, arthritis, depression. Y'all hear all that? Anxiety have all been linked to stress. So, Bobby, what are some tips that we can, get some positive energy flowing and release the stress? Because sitting a sedentary lifestyle, you're not like getting it out. Sometimes you just need to get it out.
Right, and that's actually where you start being aware of what your lifestyle is. That's number one. People really take for granted that they're really not getting the exercise that they need to relieve the daily stress. Like the doc say all the time, there's some normal daily stressors that we have, but also, too, when you compile the extra on top of that, just real life simply, that is where I think that we take it for granted and we're stressing out all over the place. One of the things I recently did, but I'm going to give some more practical things that I've been doing. But, Doc, because of the things that I have on my schedule, and the schedule is accelerating, I literally had to get some B complex, and there's a stress mechanism. They have some additional ingredients in there to help with the stress, to help your body deal with stress. I actually picked up some of those in my travel, and I've been seeing my body stabilize. But there was a question that you threw out at me, Eileen, before the show, and you're asking what is it that we can do, with being positive and self-talking and getting through, just life daily and encouraging ourselves. For me, that's a huge benefit of relieving stress. But what I find is a lot of people, before you can do that, you have to get acquainted with yourself. Do you guys realize that people don't even know themselves alone? They're always around other people, and they're always looking to see what someone else is doing so they can mimic it or do it. You have to get reacquainted or acquainted with yourself first before you can talk to yourself and be positive. I literally called myself, I said, girl, according to which situation I'm in, if I'm feeling like, okay, my father is gone, so if I'm feeling like a fatherless child at that moment, if my daddy was here, he could this and so. And I said, come on, girl, you're a big girl. You have a father. You could do anything. And I said, sit down, regroup, get your mind right. I will literally talk to myself, but I've spent a lot of time with getting reacquainted with Bobby. Then call yourself by name. Say, Eileen, come on, girl, you can do this. You've seen it. Look at other triumphs that you've gone through. Sometimes things look impossible. Look at things that you've overcome in times and days past. That will give you strength. Well, if I went through that, I could get through this.
Right. So we want to shift our emotions so we can get our mind right. We're actually going to jump to line 3 because we have Keegan on line 3. And please tell us, you wouldn't live a sedentary lifestyle if you won the lottery, right? Hello? Keegan?
Yes.
Would you live a sedentary lifestyle if you won the lottery?
I didn't even hear you talking to me. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Welcome to the good life.
How y'all doing?
We are well. Speaking to your phone a little bit.
Increase in your good health and prosperity, or increase in your wisdom, understanding, and continuing education and educating us. And I love y'all. Listen, let me plug in on that prosperity y'all talking about a few minutes ago. One of the things I would do if I would win that lottery, you know what I would do?
What would you do? What would you do?
It's a big contribution. But you know what? I've been flirting with the idea with getting a contract with some cable station. While you talking to me right now, everybody can see y'all on TV. Yeah. So I got some people who will make that kind of contribution to do that. So that's one of the ideas I'm flirting with, folks, to get that money.
There you go.
You right there, y'all, and I love y'all.
Thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. That's the good life, working as a community so we can all live the good life. That's exactly what the good life is all about, opening our minds to living differently in the world. And, our listeners, I'm sure they have great ideas about, helping the station move forward. And you know what? We're very interested. You can call me at The Good Life anytime at 504-400-7127. Again, that number is 504-400-7127. We are always open to new ideas because that's what the good life is all about. I can't do it all by myself. I wouldn't be who I am and where I am without all of my co-hosts from every day and, of course, the listeners as well.
Yeah, I'm noticing a theme here.
This is a movement.
There's a theme here. It's like they're starting to ripple. People want to help get the word out.
This is a movement, the good life for me. And when I started it is a movement. It's about opening people's minds to living differently in the world with compassion, love, tolerance, and understanding. Those are like my 4 big things: love, tolerance, compassion, understanding. Because without those, I don't see how we as a community can live the good life. I don't have to agree with you, but I can listen to you.
Right.
Actively listen to you.
I like that.
Because that's two different things, and I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. You're right on point. Everyone's focusing on the lottery, and it's bringing out the good in everyone here. The good life.
Exactly. We have Miss Janet online too. Miss Janet, welcome to the good life. What would you do if you won the lottery?
Of course, help family and friends. Pay for the firefighters and police pensions.
Yes.
Help members from the Peacekeeper and the Fatherhood Roundtable organization. And there are so many more people who are working in the community who are not getting paid. I would like to give them $1 million. Also purchase all of the homes in New Orleans.
Wow.
And I want to give all my money out. And if I, also go to Ferguson where they had the killing. Chicago, where they had the crime, and Louisiana have trade schools all over.
Yes.
Like they had at Booker T. Washington.
Wow, Miss
So
Janet.
I'm going out today to get my Powerball ticket, and I am going to win.
There you go, Miss Janet. There you go. I like the way you claim that because that is the good life.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. That's what it's all about. And, so many times people think that if somebody won the lottery that they would do, they wouldn't do something positive with it. But listen to all of the callers that have called in. Our listeners are opening their minds. Everybody is willing to reach back. And I think that's one thing that's very important. Each one of the callers have talked about how they would reach back and lift somebody up. And that's how we're going to grow as a community, by reaching back and lifting somebody else up with us.
Yeah. And what the interesting thing is that they see a need. Everyone sees a need. Did y'all watch the State of the Union address?
Oh, I did watch the State of the Union.
Bam! And
let's talk about that.
Take that for yourself. How about that?
And it's about time. And I'm not, he's not one to President Obama is not one to always, ring his own bell.
Right.
But there were some things that he needed to tout, and I'm glad that he really spoke up to those things.
Just
and,
ask Osama bin Laden.
Yeah. Right. Just ask Osama bin Laden. Right. Exactly. We have long memories.
And drops the mic.
And long arms and a long reach.
That was good.
And speaking of it, I will not be here tomorrow because I'm going to meet the president tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that.
That's awesome. Picks.
Taking us water cheer.
So I'm excited about that. And look, hopefully I can get an interview with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
You see?
That'd be cool.
Wow, let's claim it. Let's claim it. Look, you never know.
Do it for the vine.
Do it for the vine. Yeah. But I'm really excited about it, because that's what the good life is all about. He hasn't been to Louisiana since Katrina, because he came during Katrina. But, I like his timing. We just got a new governor, right?
He was a senator then.
No, he came right after the Katrina anniversary.
The Katrina anniversary.
Yeah, he came for the Katrina anniversary. And actually, Michelle Gobert of Signs Now introduced him.
Oh, nice.
So it was so cool.
Nice,
and I was like, Michelle, how was it? She's like, it was the most amazing experience. So shout out to Michelle. It'll be a really great experience, and I'm really excited, for him, because he's actually going to be traveling the United States in his last year. You continue your legacy. So before we go out, what do you think were some of the big things that he's done
You ask me? Do I have to say it? The Affordable Care Act.
And that's what I was leading to. Hello. Because as of yesterday, what happened with our governor?
Our awesome governor, went to the ball on Monday. He said the first thing he was going to do was he was going to expand Medicaid for the state of Louisiana, which is awesome, and it couldn't hit at a better time. Shameless plug, because I'm currently working the city in the White House now. We're in an initiative, the Healthy Communities Challenge. New Orleans is one of 20 cities selected. It's competitive for its competitive enrollment. Whichever city enrolls the most people through the marketplace before January 31st gets a special visit from the president.
Wow.
So boom.
And go to www.
So we get to see him again.
Where do they go?
www.healthcare.gov/marketplace or call 311.
And while you are online, make sure you go to thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. That's thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com to buy your tickets to The Good Laugh Relationship Tuesday going up on a Friday. It sets off at Bullets, 2441 AP Toro. That's January 29th at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Come hear what really goes on during commercial breaks. Y'all, you're going to laugh your off. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. Thegoodlaugh.brownpapertickets.com. I'll see y'all Friday. And we're going to have OT in the studio on Friday. We're going to interview him about his life-changing experience in Israel. Y'all make sure you tune into that because that's a good life. See y'all Friday.